It's funny. When archaeologists want to really understand a lost civilization, they don't usually start by looking at the grand monuments.
Right, or the giant marble statues.
Exactly. Because those things, well, they just tell us how a society wanted to be remembered. It's like the idealized version of themselves.
Yeah, the PR version of history.
Right. But if you really want to know how people actually lived, what they cared about, and, what they valued in their day-to-day lives, you skip the monuments.
You look at their trash.
Yes, you look at their trash, you look at their ledgers, you look at the ordinary, mundane things that changed hands on, like a random Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome to today's deep dive. We are super thrilled you're here with us because today we are doing a little digital archaeology of our own.
Oh, yeah. This one is fascinating.
It really is. Our source material today is a transcript from a YouTube video that, on the surface, might seem incredibly mundane.
Very mundane.
It's titled, I Sold These Weird Items on eBay in May. And it's by a channel called 5150patient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, when you first glance at this document, it reads like a simple accounting ledger.
Just a list.
Right, just a chronological list of online sales from May of 2026. You've got dates, item descriptions, dollar amounts.
I mean, a lot of people would just scroll right past it.
Oh, absolutely. But what we are really examining here is the anatomy of the secondary market.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, it's this shadow economy where the traditional rules of, big box retail completely break down.
Wow.
Yeah, we are looking at an ecosystem where nostalgia, highly specific micro-niches, and just raw, unglamorous utility all collide.
I love that. And I want to dive right into that nostalgia aspect first, because it's not just about people buying old junk to put on a dusty shelf.
No, not at all.
The premium people are paying for functional nostalgia is, well, it's staggering.
It really is.
Like on May 1st, we see a genuine Nintendo GameCube WaveBird wireless controller selling for $115. And then on May 4th, an original 1979 Michael Jackson off-the-wall cassette tape moving for $49.99. Essentially $50.
Yeah, $50 for a tape.
Now, I have to challenge this immediately. I mean, I understand fond memories, right? But you can play retro games on a modern console. Or just download an emulator on your laptop and use a $15 Bluetooth controller.
Sure, you could do that.
So is a 20-plus-year-old plastic controller really worth $115? Or are people just paying a premium to buy back a piece of their childhood?
Well, it's a bit of both, but the answer really lies in a concept that economists and serious collectors call verified vintage.
Verified vintage.
Yeah. See, the modern market is absolutely flooded with cheap third-party reproductions of retro gear.
Right.
So you can buy that $15 Bluetooth knockoff you mentioned, but the joysticks will likely have dead zones. Or the buttons will stick, or you'll experience input lag that just completely ruins the timing of the game.
Especially for something like Super Smash Bros.
Exactly. The original WaveBird was engineered with early 2000s proprietary technology that just worked flawlessly.
Wow.
So authentic, original hardware that has survived a couple of decades and is still in pristine working condition. It's a rapidly shrinking resource.
Oh, I see. So the $115 isn't just a tax on nostalgia. It's a scarcity premium for authentic engineering. Because, I mean, every year more of those original controllers break, or they get thrown away or rot in a damp basement somewhere.
Exactly. You are paying for the guarantee that the machine operates exactly as the original designers intended. You're buying authenticity.
That makes total sense.
Yeah, the tactile response of original hardware simply cannot be emulated by software. And we actually see a different flavor of this exact same rebellion with the Michael Jackson cassette tape.
Which is another massive head-scratcher for me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, a cassette tape is objectively worse audio quality than a digital file.
Well, technically speaking, yes.
We live in an era where you can stream that entire off-the-wall album in lossless high-definition audio on your phone for like a fraction of a penny.
Right.
A magnetic tape hisses, it degrades, and oh my gosh, you have to rewind it. What is the mechanism driving a $50 price tag there?
Okay, so it is a direct reaction against the digital ephemeral.
The digital ephemeral.
Yeah. Think about it. When you stream an album, you are essentially renting temporary access to a file stored on some tech company's server.
Right. You don't own it.
Exactly. You own nothing. But a 1979 cassette tape has physical weight. It has liner notes, mechanical moving parts.
Yeah, that's true.
Holding that specific tape connects a collector to the physical reality of 1979 in a way that just, tapping a flat glass screen cannot.
Oh, wow.
And the friction of having to rewind the tape, it isn't a bug to the buyer, it's a feature.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It demands active listening. You have to engage with it. The value is rooted entirely in its physical permanence.
That concept of permanence, that actually provides a perfect bridge to another massive trend in this ledger.
The everyday physical media.
Yes. Because we're not just talking about premium, high-end vintage collectibles like Michael Jackson tapes or Nintendo controllers.
Right.
This desire for physical permanence extends into formats the tech industry declared entirely dead a long time ago.
Oh, absolutely dead.
We're seeing everyday, mundane physical media moving at surprising prices.
Yeah.
Like on May 9th, the seller moved a DVD bundle. It had a 5-disc set of Deadliest Catch Season 9, alongside a new, sealed 4 Discovery Channel DVD, and that sold for $31.87.
Which is pretty high for standard DVDs.
And even wilder, on May 28th, 2 Wallace and Gromit VHS videos, The Wrong Trousers, and a Close Shave sold for $20.33.
Yeah.
Wait, $20 for VHS tapes in 2026? Are people actually dusting off VCRs to watch claymation, or is this purely an aesthetic choice for a retro bookshelf?
Well, it actually speaks volumes about modern consumer anxiety.
Consumer anxiety, how so?
Over the last few years, major streaming platforms have routinely deleted entire seasons of television shows literally overnight.
Oh, that's true. I've seen that happen.
Yeah. Sometimes it's for tax write-offs. Sometimes it's due to, complex licensing disputes. A show you assume will be there forever simply vanishes.
So physical media has essentially become an offline backup for culture.
Exactly.
When you own Deadliest Catch on DVD or claymation on a VHS tape, no corporate executive can just flip a switch and take it out of your living room.
Spot on. It is the ultimate insurance policy against digital erasure. And, notice the detail regarding that Ford Discovery Channel DVD.
Oh, right.
The transcript specifically notes it was new and sealed.
Which I wanted to ask about. Why does the plastic wrap matter on an old random promotional DVD about cars?
Because a sealed item represents unspent potential energy.
Wow. Unspent potential energy.
Yeah, it is an artifact frozen in time. To a niche collector, removing that original factory seal destroys the historical context of the item.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, that thin layer of plastic is undeniable proof of untouched authenticity, which is why it elevates the price of an otherwise completely ordinary promotional item.
That makes me look at my own DVD shelf in a completely new light, honestly.
Right.
But, physical media isn't just limited to tapes and discs you watch or listen to.
Oh, the books. We have to talk about the book.
We have to talk about the books. The sheer volume of print media that 5150patient moved in May is incredible.
It really provides a window into the varied diets of modern readers.
And the strategic brilliance of the seller. Looking at the book sales reveals an incredibly sophisticated strategy, but it also gives us a masterclass in long-tail economics.
Yeah, the book section of the ledger is arguably the most illuminating part of the entire document.
Really?
Oh, definitely. We transition from nostalgia and media preservation right into the acquisition of highly specialized knowledge.
Well, the seller's use of bundling is what first caught my attention.
It's very smart.
Right. On May 8th, they sold 2 Percy Jackson paperbacks, Greek Heroes and Greek Gods, together for $21.99.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day, May 9th, they put together a real estate bundle. They paired Tony Compton's rental property tax with Neil Gaiman's Mistakes for $23.87.
Yeah.
Then on May 15th, they sold a Jung Chang bundle featuring Wild Swans and Big Sister, Little Sister for $24.87.
A very clear strategy there.
But I look at that and think, why not sell them individually to maximize the number of distinct sales?
Well, because bundling conceptually related items is the core mechanism of long-tail economic strategy applied to e-commerce.
Okay, break down the long tail for a moment.
Sure. If you run a physical bookstore, shelf space is incredibly expensive, right?
You have limited square footage.
Exactly. You can only afford to stock the massive hits, what we call the short head of the demand curve, because you need high turnover to pay rent.
Makes sense.
But in a digital marketplace, shelf space is effectively infinite. The long tail refers to selling small volumes of hard-to-find items to many different, highly specific customers.
Oh, I see. So instead of trying to sell 1,000 copies of the newest bestseller, this seller is finding the one person on Earth who needs these exact 2 obscure books.
Yes. And the bundling acts as an algorithmic accelerator.
An accelerator.
Yeah. By grouping real estate tax advice with a book about common property mistakes, the seller isn't just offering paper, they are curating a specific solution for a buyer's problem.
Wow, okay.
The buyer perceives immediate compounded value, and the seller significantly increases their average order value while paying way less in shipping overhead.
That strategy makes total mechanical sense for the paperbacks. But the pricing on the highly specific single-volume nonfiction, that completely disrupts my understanding of the internet age.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
It's wild. On May 4th, someone paid $49.99 for a book titled Steelmaking, the raw material Port Kembler Steelworks.
$50 for a book on steel manufacturing.
Right. And another buyer paid $45.99 for Abigail O'Neill's Model Chocolate. The seller specifically noted it had beautiful pictures of food and was in very good condition. But people assume all human knowledge is free and accessible via a 5-second search engine query. Why drop $50 on a physical book about a specific steel plant?
Because the idea that absolutely everything is on the internet is a modern myth.
Wait, really?
Yes, broad knowledge is digitized, sure, but highly localized, deeply specialized operational history, like the exact raw material logistics of the Port Kembler Steelworks from decades ago, often only exists in out-of-print physical volumes.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. If you are an industrial historian or an engineer or a local researcher, you cannot simply ask an AI for that data because the data was never fed into the digital ecosystem in the first place.
That's incredible.
You are basically paying an access fee for ungoogleable knowledge.
Ungoogleable knowledge. That is such a cool phrase. And I imagine with Model Chocolate, the value proposition shifts from raw data to the tactile experience.
Yes.
Exactly. You can look at a recipe online, sure, but high-quality food photography printed on premium, heavy stock paper provides an aesthetic and physical experience that a glowing screen just inherently lacks.
The medium is part of the value. The physical book serves as inspiration in a way a digital PDF simply cannot replicate.
That perfectly explains the eclectic nature of the rest of the single book sales, too.
Oh, the variety is staggering.
It really is. Without reading the whole ledger, we see books like Mac Lewis's Memoirs of an Addicted Brain for $19.99. Sally Wise is Out of the Bottle for $23. Ilka Temke's Skin for $16.99. Ben Rielvi's The Commando for $17.99.
Yeah, it keeps going.
John Grisham's The Chamber in hardcover for $16.99. Joseph Delaney's The Spook's Curse for $16.99. Oh, and Rocco Opasano's small book, The Ultimate Home and Office Gym Weight Training.
Also $16.99.
Right. Then Sophie Keach's Morgan is My Name in like new condition for $19.99. The Morrissey's The Opal Desert in good condition. Nora T's Primal Body, Primal Mind for $21. And Robbie Arnett's Dusk for $19.99.
It's an amazing list.
Looking at this list is like sneaking a peek at the reading lists of 50 completely different people on a subway car.
That's a great analogy.
You have real estate moguls, chocolate lovers, and steelwork enthusiasts all shopping in the exact same digital aisle.
These aren't mass-market airport thrillers. They are laser-focused dives into addiction psychology and elite military history.
Yeah.
This eBay store acts less like a traditional shop and more like a global matchmaking service, connecting hyper-specific curiosity with the exact volume needed to satisfy it.
It is a remarkable cross-section of human inquiry. But, as illuminating as the intellectual goods are, they don't quite explain the title of the video.
Yes.
I sold these weird items.
The weird stuff.
Yeah. Books and controllers make a logical sense. But here is where we transition from intellectual pursuits to pure, unglamorous utilitarian weirdness.
My favorite part.
On May 11th, an original vintage precision surface marking gauge sold for $49. On May 18th, we see 2 barbecue knobs sell for $21.87.
2 BBQ knobs.
Yes. On May 23rd, 2 1.5-meter VGA to VGA cords went for $18.99. And let's not leave out the May 5th sale, a used Switch-and-Go Dinos Blaze toy that sold for $27.
Quite the haul.
I have to admit, here's where it gets really interesting. eBay isn't just a vintage boutique. It's the world's most chaotic hardware store.
It really is.
I mean, my comprehension hits a wall here. Who wakes up on a Tuesday, logs onto the internet and says, I need to hunt down 2 replacement BBQ knobs and some outdated 1.5-meter VGA monitor cables?
Well, it really highlights the mechanics of the circular economy.
Okay, let's look at that.
Let's examine the barbecue knobs. The buyer likely has a premium grill sitting on their patio that costs them, say, $800 or $1,000.
Oh, easily.
The grill functions perfectly, except a small proprietary plastic knob snapped off.
Right.
The original manufacturer discontinued that exact model 5 years ago, and generic universal knobs just don't fit the valve stem properly.
Oh, so without those specific knobs, a $1,000 appliance is essentially just useless metal taking up space.
Precisely. The secondary market steps in where the primary market fails. By spending $21 on used knobs, the buyer rescues a $1,000 asset from the landfill.
Wow.
This isn't just someone buying junk, it's a precision strike to restore utility.
A precision strike to restore utility. That is a phenomenal way to look at it.
Thank you.
And I assume the exact same logic dictates the market for those 1.5-meter VGA cords. Because, to give you some context, VGA is a video connection standard that is practically prehistoric by modern tech standards.
Very old, yeah.
We've all moved on to HDMI or DisplayPort. Why pay almost $20 for outdated cables?
Well, the consumer world has moved on, sure, but industrial and institutional infrastructure moves at a glacial pace.
That's very true.
There are manufacturing plants out there running critical diagnostic software on machines built in 2005. There are rural hospitals relying on legacy medical monitors that only accept a VGA input.
Oh my gosh.
When that single cable frays and fails, the IT worker can't just plug in a modern HDMI cable. They desperately need a lifeline to the past to keep that critical legacy machine operational.
So one person's tangled cord sitting in a junk drawer is literally the missing link keeping a small business or a medical device running across the country.
Exactly.
That shifts the entire perspective. But what about the $49 vintage precision surface marking gauge?
Ah, the marking gauge.
Yeah, that's a highly specialized machinist tool used for scribing lines on metal. Why buy a vintage one when you could presumably buy a brand new modern equivalent for the same price or even less?
We return to the concept of trust in manufacturing. Yeah. Machinists deal in tolerances of 1/1000th of an inch. A vintage gauge was likely milled from solid steel in an era before mass-produced, injection-molded plastic parts completely took over the tool industry.
Oh, I see.
A buyer paying $49 for a used precision tool is betting that the metallurgy and calibration of the past are vastly superior to the budget-engineered tools of the present.
It's an economy of preservation.
Yes, beautifully put.
Whether it's the GameCube controller or surface marking gauge, people are paying a premium for things built with the intention of lasting. It's the direct antithesis of our current throwaway culture.
It really is.
And even the dinosaur toy fits this model. A parent whose child is obsessed with that specific out-of-production switch-and-go Dano Blaze toy doesn't want a generic replacement.
No, the kid would know the difference.
Right. They need that exact piece of plastic to solve an immediate emotional need in their household.
Every single line item in this ledger represents a problem being solved. The seller is simply facilitating the exchange of discarded utility to someone who desperately requires it.
Which brings us to the final item sold in May. And the poetic symmetry of this transaction is just brilliant.
Oh, I love this one.
Right. On May 29th, the seller moved a pre-owned Commonwealth Bank red elephant money box. It was described as being in very good condition, offering free shipping, and it sold for exactly $25.
The irony is inescapable.
It's amazing. A literal bank, a plastic red elephant, designed for the sole purpose of hoarding and saving money, sold by an online entrepreneur in order to make money.
It's perfect.
It perfectly caps off a month of fascinating trade. It summarizes everything we've explored today. Every transaction, no matter how small or bizarre, maps a human desire. Whether it's protecting yourself against digital deletion with the VHS tape, acquiring ungoogleable knowledge about steel manufacturing, or rescuing a $1,000 grill with a $20 piece of plastic, every purchase is a declaration of need.
We constantly leave behind these trails of data, and, when you synthesize them, they paint a really vivid portrait of our priorities and the inefficiencies of the modern supply chain.
Yeah.
The secondary market exists entirely to fix the blind spots of the primary market.
We started this deep dive talking about archaeologists sifting through ancient trash to understand a civilization.
We did.
Digging through this digital ledger showed us a society fiercely trying to preserve its media, fix its broken infrastructure, learn hyper-specific skills, and reclaim the tangible authenticity of its past.
And the implications of this are highly practical for anyone listening right now.
Oh, absolutely.
We've just analyzed how global demand intercepts discarded utility, so consider your own physical space. Take a look around your own home, maybe look inside that notorious junk drawer in your kitchen, or walk out to the back of your garage.
We all have one.
We do. Based on the hidden economic mechanics we uncovered today regarding $21 barbecue knobs and obsolete monitor cables, ask yourself a question. What utterly mundane, forgotten object sitting covered in dust in your house right now might be exactly what a stranger across the country is desperately searching for today?
Wow. That thought alone will ensure I never look at spring cleaning the same way again.
Yeah, it changes everything.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the hidden economy all around us. Keep digging, keep questioning, and we'll catch you next time.
Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it, and I'll see you in the next video.